Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in, welcome back, or welcome. We're going to talk a little bit more about integration. If you caught the video earlier, perfect. This might have some more information, more activations, more codes. It's all perfect, right? Because that was then that present self, and this is my now present self listening to different podcasts and transmissions, 2 on the timer. So, how are you doing? Are you in the void? Are you in that sacred pause, that sacred void, that stillness, that no-thingness? Are you allowing yourself to be in that space without chasing or distracting or numbing or hiding from whatever is coming up, what is wanting to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be released? All right? So we're going to talk about integration. And remember, everything that takes place, whether that's activations and downloads and recalibration and integration and rinse and repeat, release, surrender. Surrender is coming up a lot, learning to get really good at surrendering in every now present moment with everything that you're feeling, that you're going through, and just surrender. Ask for help. Yes, if you want to ask for external help, I'm asking you to ask for help from your higher self, your higher God presences that are hanging out in the higher dimensional realms that have all of the knowledge and wisdom. Your future self, reach out to your spirit guides, your angels, your archangels, your ascended masters, teachers, wisdom keepers, your ancestors of earth, the galactics, the cosmos, those beautiful light beings, your team of light. Ask for help. Don't ask for a little bit of help. Ask for a lot of help. Ask for the comfort, the wisdom, the guidance, the teachings, all right? You need to ask for the help. They cannot. There's non-intervention, free will. You need to ask for help, okay? All right. So, integration. So we just started Gemini season yesterday, and I've been integrating for probably about 3 days from stuff that happened last week into this weekend and on Monday. So again, but I'm always receiving activations, upgrades, and downloads that I'm needing to constantly integrate, recalibrate, and all of the stuff, and then rinse and repeat. So when I had my Akashic reading last week, one of the outside of a few things that I do in sleep is my team is working on me. And he said, this is good news and bad news, hey, haha, is that yes, they have been doing this and I've been integrating and doing all of that, but the bad news, it's not bad news, that there's still more to come. So you might have already been going through, and this is just your confirmation, you're like, when am I going to be done? You'll be done when you're done. You know, my son said something a year ago, almost in May last year, it'll happen when it happens. You'll be done when you're done. And sometimes you're just never completely done. You're never completely done healing. You're never done completely receiving the information, the activations, the upgrades, right? We're in a grand time, right? Sorry, my shirt's like making me crazy. We are going through a collective awakening, right? The grand awakening, all right? So how are you feeling? Are you allowing time to slow down, to breathe, to meditate, to get still, to contemplate, to introspect? Because remember, all the answers that you are seeking are not outside of you. They're not in some type of building. They're not in a class. Yes, certain classes may be helpful, but all of the answers, and they're not in some religious structure, all your answers you are seeking, the answers to your questions you're seeking are within you. And you need to create space for that to be received. Like the messages, the whispers, the signs, the synchronicities, the key codes, the information can't quite get to you when you have all of this distraction and the static and these belief systems, these programmings keeping you full of outside noise. The answers are within, okay? All right, so breathe. We're going to tap into the rainbow frequency, bringing in these beautiful rainbow codes. To just help us through this integration phase. 444 on the timer. So just breathe into that. Breathe and see how that feels. How that helps you feel. Just sit with that. Know what you know, see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel. So integration can feel like and layered, right? It's very layered. It can be very layered and very cyclical. It is not linear. Get that out of your ego mind. It's trying to convince you it is not linear. It is very layered and very cyclical. 522 on the timer. Emotionally, you might feel unusually sensitive. This is one of the big things that was happening to me yesterday. I'm highly ultra sensitive anyways. But when things are integrating post activation, I get really sensitive. Light gets really sensitive. Sound gets even more sensitive. The skin, like things on the skin don't, like clearly you can see me fidgeting. Like things on my skin just don't feel right. Very sensitive in the physical body. Deeply peaceful at the same time. So you have this deep sense of peace. All right, so one day might be very peaceful, and another day you might just be crying your eyes out, screaming, raging, frustrated. So it can be one or the other or both all at the once. It is the paradox. You can have peace and rage in the same thing. Like, have you experienced that? Yes. Joy and sadness. Have you experienced that? Okay. So waves of grief, joy, clarity, and nostalgia. A desire to release old habits. So some of you that are just waking up or just starting this journey, confirmation, someone's clearing as confirmation, a desire to release these old habits, programmings, conditioning, etc., etc. All right, you have moments of this like aha moment, like these moments, right? But you also have mixed confusion with this, right? So you have moments of mixed confusion with moments of like aha. Okay, so some might describe this as quote unquote parts of me no longer fit, but the new version of me isn't so for me. It's like the in-between stage of the becoming. And you might have many in-between stages. It's like peeking. I heard this a few months ago. It's like you're peeking outside of your cocoon. All right. And then you're like, all right, I'm going back in for some more. 707, peeking out for the cocoon. So you have these moments of like, you feel like, yes, you are a new version for sure, but you need to go back in because you're still becoming. All right. All right. So again, you're in that in-between stage. And sometimes that's where you really have to literally surrender and to let go and go with the flow. That's just like a process you need to just practice and be present with in every moment. All right. Physically, you might feel fatigue, extreme fatigue, exhaustion, like bone deep exhaustion. This has been like me for a few days. Needing more sleep, maybe just being still. So yesterday after, I don't know, I just like was just like, oh, I just can't. And I just had to lay down and cover up and just pull the covers over my head for about an hour. I didn't sleep. I just didn't move. I was just focused on my breath, closed my eyes and just felt the space, listened for anything, telepathically communicating with my team members. So just fatigue, extreme exhaustion, needing more sleep, rest or naps, vivid dreams. Those dreams are work. All right. It's not just dreaming. It's not this made up bullshit. You are doing work. You are either doing work on different timelines. You are clearing up karma. You're resolving karma in the deep, in your sleep state, whether you realize it or not. You could be doing things in the astral realms, in the higher realms, maybe ushering other souls, guiding other souls. This is part of what I do during sleep, as well as going into other timelines, spaces, dimensions, places, and realms. All right. So vivid dreams. So this is why it's important, and messages are being received in your dream state from your team members. So if you remember, dictate it in your phone, write it in your phone, get up and write it if you feel called to, and remember those things that you're meant to remember, because those are signs, codexes, key codes, and things like that. Okay. Tingling in the body. So you just feel like tingles in the body, vibrations in the body, electricity in the body. You might be feeling spectrums of cold and heat, like this, not being able to regulate body temperature, and I go both ways. So when I use Reiki, sometimes I get really cold, and when I channel, I get really hot, and sometimes I get like overly hot or overly cold, which is it's again, your nervous system is going through a lot of recalibration. My service, I've been spending an entire 18 months to 2 years healing a very dysregulated, I don't want to say broken, a very dysregulated nervous system that since I was birthed into this reality, in this incarnation, has been in fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. More than likely you as well, okay? So heightened intuition, you feel like again, listen to your quantum compass, your heart, your sacred treasure map is right here. Your soul knows it all. Your highest knows it all, okay? So you feel this heightened intuition, all right? Sensory awareness. You are so much more aware of your space, place, present moment, okay? So you're needing more water. So again, drink more water than you think. Drink more water than you think you need. Add things like trace minerals, mineral drops, Celtic sea salt, Redmond salt, a really good salt to that. Emotional releases are going to be coming up. Sorry, going back to needing more water and grounding foods. But if you're doing foods that grow under the earth, cook them well. Add some healthy fats, all right? And fruit will help as well with the clearing, the minerals, and the hydration. So you might also be needing just more quiet, like just maybe no sound at all, whether it's high. Normally you listen to really high quality, high frequency sound, or like I've got oceans on, maybe you just need no sound at all, but nature. Emotional releasing, like I said, crying, purging. I've been crying for 3 days on and off. Just Monday, I just spent like 5 or 6 hours just crying, and then on and off the past few days, all right? You might feel, remember, tears are sacred technology. You might be blowing, clearing the sinuses, a lot of throat stuff, a lot of upper body, heart chakra activations. You're feeling tightness in the chest, expansion in the chest, maybe cracking of the chest, the heart open, maybe wanting to grab your chest. Allow the emotions to flow, and if they're starting to feel overwhelming, breathe, breathe, breathe. You might be shaking, right? You might be physically shaking. That's releasing. And a good way to release energy, especially anxiety, is to do somatic shaking or kundalini shaking, okay? So from a grounded perspective, intense emotions, emotional and spiritual practices can strongly affect the nervous system. It can affect a stress response and attention and perception. So rest and regulation are really important. So rest and regulation are super important, okay? Mentally, integration may feel like periods of mental clarity or confusion, or somewhere just like in between. So you might have bursts of creativity, or you just question reality more and more. All right, questioning reality, your purpose, and your direction. 1, 2, 2, 2 on the timer. So you have less interest in superficial things. Conversations, bullshit, nonsense, conditioning, programming. All right, but you're desiring more need for quiet and solitude and reflection. Okay, that's important to step into that. Okay, sometimes people feel temporarily disconnected because the old belief systems are shifting and crumbling and transmuting and all of that. So for me, I felt very, not disconnected, but I felt very, again, physically here, but my higher self, which I've embodied quite a bit of my higher self in my physical body, was doing work other places. While I was like integrating in the physical reality, she was doing other things in other places, because I felt like I was here, but I wasn't here. Like my human was doing the human things to get through the day. But my higher presences, my God presences, my higher self had stepped out to do whatever she was doing, okay? And I felt that distorted, dizzy. I was very dizzy, lightheaded, just kind of wobbly in my human. So you might be tripping or falling or dropping stuff. That's again part of the integration, the upgrades. Your body's recalibrating because you're pulling more aspects of your higher self into this physical reality. And when you hold more light or more higher aspects of your God presences, that energy has to get used to the physical, dense 3D reality, okay? So don't be worried about that, okay? All right. So again, extreme integration might look like, externally integration might look very ordinary, or might like you're going through a purge or a detox, or just more rest, or just contemplation and reflection. All right. It's not constant bliss. This is work. The work that we go through has been sacred work, because we are the anchors of the light and we are the anchors of the frequency. If you are here, right now, and you've made it this far into the video, I guarantee no matter which wave of ascension, awakening you are on, or which part of your timeline and journey you're on, you are here and have been here to anchor the frequency and light, moving forward into this golden timeline, this golden, the organic golden timeline. Whether you realize it or not, I'm here to let you know. your sacred purpose is, yes, to go within, to do the healing, to do the work, to do all of the stuff, to allow for the integrations, to allow for the embodiment, to anchor everything into this physical reality. It's not about leaving the body. It's about anchoring everything into this physical reality. That's how we manifest and create what's coming. All right, we're all doing this by working on ourselves. That's sacred work. People say, what's my purpose? This is your sacred purpose right now. All right, and that's not always blissful. I didn't want to, I had like, yesterday I was like a displaced, like my partner kept saying, what's wrong? Like energetically, he already could feel it. But I'm anchoring that frequency. It's again, you go through these to anchor the next level of vibration and frequency, okay? So it's not about floating above your life, all right? This is about anchoring and grounding this in, all right? And so it's setting stronger boundaries, changing your routines. Like I said, I've said this many times and I think I need to do it. Change the placement of your furniture. Change the way you run your routine or schedule. Move things around. Switch the algorithm up on switch the apps up on your phone so they're in different places. So changing your routines that's how you can shift timelines, because you're constantly rapidly changing timelines, all right, through each now present moment and each decision. So so simplifying your environment might be helpful, purging your environment. All right, and becoming more honest with yourself and with what's going on in reality. So this radical responsibility and radical authenticity and radical, what was the other one? Let me look. Accountability. So radical accountability, radical responsibility, and radical authenticity. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you had a tiff or a taff with somebody months ago, and you are now called to step forward and say, thank you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, whatever. So you're taking the radical responsibility for your actions or words or behaviors in a particular situation. Now, the other person doesn't take the don't worry about that. You've taken the radical responsibility. You're becoming more honest with the situation and how you behaved. You take responsibility, accountability, and authenticity around that. So that's important. You're wanting to rest more, very important. You speak differently, right? You're speaking more of your truth and your authenticity. All right, you're creating more art, journaling, very important, okay? Spending time in nature is a must. It's a must at this point. All right, you're letting your relationships evolve naturally. They're evolving naturally by elevating, they're staying neutral for right now, or they're falling off. You don't make any rash decisions. You do you. By doing you, boo, by you focusing on you, your relationships will evolve naturally, okay? Letting it just be. Not trying to control it, shape it, figure it out. You just feel into it and allow it to evolve. So you're becoming very discerning. You're becoming very calm and discerning. Like you just know what you know, and you know it's bullshit, and you know it's truth, okay? So real integration tends to move insight into embodiment. Like I said, you learn to get really good at going through these integration phases and embodying that in the physical body. It's how you treat people, how you care for yourself, your body, your self-care, your self-talk. Mirror work can be very beneficial. How you're not chasing the next nutritional program or fitness program to achieve something, right? How are you treating yourself? Do you tell yourself you love yourself I love you. Tell yourself that, I love you. Look in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. How do you care for yourself? Do you have compassion and love for yourself? All right. This will help continue with the nervous system regulation and recalibration. All right. How aligned are your choices, right? How do your choices feel? How present are you in every moment? How present are you in every moment throughout your day? All right. The more present you become, the less patient you have to be, the quicker you can quantum leap, okay? So integration, what might that look spiritually? It's anchoring, again, these higher awarenesses into your physical body, all right? That's what we're doing. That's what we've been doing. Harmonizing the mind, the body, the emotions, and the soul. Harmonizing, balancing it, integrating that, making it like weaving it connectedly together, okay? You're embodying wisdom rather than chasing experiences. You embody the wisdom. rather chasing, like, again, experiences or classes or things, right? You just get really good at integrating and embodying, okay? So the two things that came up either yesterday or the day before was integration and embodiment, okay? So learning to hold more awareness without overwhelm. So you just learn to hold more of this awareness, like we'll say the reality that you might be experiencing. You have much awareness around it. You have a higher perspective on it, and you can hold this. You can be aware of this, but it doesn't overwhelm you. And if you start to get overwhelmed, you're like, oh, okay, that's overwhelming. What is that? What's it connected to? And then you're able to do the shadow work or the healing around that. You get really good at that, I promise you. And that's protecting your energy. When you become really aware of the most valuable currency here is your frequency and energy, you don't give that away for free anymore. So you become very aware. You take these higher perspectives. You're aware of it, the bullshit, the nonsense, the programming, and the conditioning, but you don't allow that to overwhelm you or consume you anymore. And then if you start it, you're like, oh, you realize the trigger really quick, and then you can transmute that like quick shit, okay? You get really good at transmuting shit. You get really good at transmuting things quickly, okay? So some describe feeling very expanded, but very grounded. So people that experience my energy experience me through this process. I'm very expanded, but I'm very centered and grounded. And that's what we are wanting to maintain that, okay? You're very connected to your intuition, or you question it less and less. You just know, and you could question it. You're less reactive. You're more compassionate. You're more aware of your synchronicities, signs, key codes, activations, all of that. You're more aware of what's going on, and you're more in tune to the meaning and the interconnectedness of everything. You're connected to everything, okay? All right, let's see here. Yeah, all right, we'll leave it there, and this will be another video, okay? So I wanted just to talk about one more thing real quick. Let me take a look. Yeah, so taking the radical responsibility, the accountability, and the take 2211 on the timer, standing in your authenticity, setting those clear, healthy boundaries. Like I said, I've been going through many of these. I know what my partner says, what's wrong? I said, I'm integrating. He goes, what are you integrating? I'm like, the words. I can't find the human words, the codes, the frequencies, the traumas, the hurt, the pain, the information, the whatever. It's just, I know what I'm going through. All right. I know when it's moved through. All right. And I've integrated it. All right. Now it's embodied. All right. Remember, the more you act from your higher self, the small self gets really quiet. It's not about killing the ego. It's about setting the ego in the back seat, looking out the back window of that station wagon. All right. So that's what I wanted to. All right. So I embody more of my higher self now. There was a little activation there. All right. Let's see here. Yeah. So again, we were talking about asking your team of light to assist you and help you through this, okay? You can say this right now. If you're still here, add a little activation. I am in agreement with eternal source and only source. I am in agreement with eternal source and only source. I am in agreement with light and only light. I ask my higher self to be more present in every now moment. I ask for assistance. I embody more of my higher self now. Say that. I call in and I embody more of my higher self now. Let your higher self take the wheel, lead you and guide you. Source, whatever. And allow that what wants to move through. Release it. All right, release it. Allow for the space, and know that you are going through massive frequency upgrades. Massive upgrades right now in the collection of consciousness itself and individually. And integration is necessary. Meditation, breath work, stillness, nourishment, hydration, grounding, journaling. These things are tools for you, okay? All right. And it's all perfect. So allow for that. Remember, tomorrow is the next day. The afternoon is a different time and space. So just allow for the rest and the stillness, and you will get through this, okay? And you get really good at integrating and collapsing time. And it'll go by really quickly. You get really good at integrating and allowing and resting and listening to what your soul, your highest, is asking you to be right now. Just be. Rest. Slow down. Just be. Okay? And yeah, and you will move through it. I promise you. It took me a few days, but I've had a lot going on. Like I said, I had a Akashic records reading that I received all the codes and activations, and I was integrating that, and then I do the meditations that have activations in that. Again, I think Monday night we had a codex activation for the crystal and grid or the heart. I don't remember because I completely left my body for that one and came back at the end. And then my partner dropped some news that I was unaware of, and that cracked something open in me to be looked at, to be healed. So there's been a lot of like activations and then collectively the frequency upgrades and everything like that as well. But you get really good at just learning to just be in every now present moment, and whatever that means, it means be more still now. And maybe by the afternoon you want to feel more active, or maybe in the morning you're more active, but the afternoon you need more stillness. So just, you get really good at honoring what you truly need. So feel into it. Don't try to figure it out. I know your ego mind's going to say, what's wrong? You're just going to like feel into this. Feel into the body. Feel into it. It's not for we're done figuring out. It's done trying to figure it out. It's now the time for feeling. You feel in everything. We're here to feel through it, not figure it out. We're here to feel through it. Say, I'm here to feel through this. I am here to feel through this. I'm done trying to figure it out. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender to the highest version of myself. I surrender and I let go. I let go. I let go. I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I let go. I let go. I surrender. I surrender to the now. Surrender to the now. Surrender and I allow. Okay? All right. So please comment. I'll do all the stuff and share what you might be going through, because that helps other people know that even though we know we're not alone, it just, your words might be activating and elevating and igniting for other people. That's why it's important when you feel called to interact with videos, liking, subscribing, sharing where you feel that, because that helps other people in their own way, in their own journey. And you might not even know that. Right? All right. I love you from the bottom of my heart to yours. I'll see you soon. Bye.